Happy day 2 of Comic-Con at home, everybody. My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the C-Man's Cinema Sit-Down. What a whirlwind day 1 was yesterday. We had our preview night on Wednesday. There was a couple panels that didn't really appeal to me, so I didn't check any out, but there was a bunch of exclusives that went on Wednesday night, and then yesterday, full slate of panels all day. Things that I've been looking forward to. Obviously, the New Mutants panel was my big one yesterday. But the other panel that I was most excited about, I didn't even get to watch because I was so busy. I mean, look, I woke up. I haven't even changed my shirt yet. I haven't showered. But I do have my F Soups hat on, which means one thing and one thing only. So why don't you pull up a chair, man? Take a seat. We are getting ready to take a look at an exclusive clip for The Boys Season 2, as well as talk about their panel yesterday. Yes, every time Comic-Con comes around, this is one of my favorite panels. I love this cast so much. I mean, Karl Urban is, for, I think, most nerds, one of those, guys that every time he pops up into something, you get super excited. And just, in general, this cast is amazing. I mean, from Jack Quaid to Anthony Starr, Aaron Moriarty, Jesse T. Usher, Laz Alonso, Chance Crawford, Tomer Capone, Karen Fukuhara, and introducing Aya Cash this year. It's just a group that you really, really enjoyed watching in Season 1. And I've been following and been on the Boys train since this hat dropped at New York City Comic-Con 2 years ago, man. Every time there's a panel, I show up and I am very, very happy. I'm never disappointed with the Boys, man. Last year at Comic-Con, they debuted the first 2 episodes. The whole cast was there to talk about it. And yes, once again, yesterday, the entire cast, plus newcomer Aya Cash, and of course, executive producer Eric Kripke, were all on the panel, being hosted once again, or moderated once again, by the wonderful and lovely Miss Aisha Tyler. And then a nice special guest appearance from Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, the producers of The Boys. They popped in right at the end to let everyone know The Boys is back for Season 3. They've already been renewed, which is super, super exciting. And the panel was just awesome. Like I said, I really like watching this group. And the other cool thing is Aisha Tyler obviously has gotten to know this group pretty well over the course of the first season and now getting ready for the second season. One of the other announcements that they had is Amazon will be having an after show after every episode of the Boys, and Aisha Tyler will be hosting. So we get to see this group together a lot over the years through Comic-Con, and they really deliver. I love the way that Tyler attacks these panels. She goes from pretty much just goes down the line and hits everybody, and just asks, what were your thoughts? What are you trying to do this year? Eric Kripke was really, really excited. He's like, this year we're tackling some big, issues. Season 1 kind of took on the Me Too movement head on, with the Deep's actions. He's like, and this year we're not shying away from anything, man. We're taking on systemic racism and white supremacy and just, again, really, really big ideas that are relevant to the world right now, put into the scope of this absolutely absurd superhero TV show on Amazon. It's just so much fun. And like I said, everybody on the cast is just great. I love Karl Urban, and listening to him talk was super awesome. The clip that we are getting ready to take a look at features Karl Urban, and he's driving a speedboat with all the other boys in tow. And it was funny because they were talking, and it's nuts, man. When you watch this clip, most of what you're seeing is real. Yes, there's CGI elements in there, and there are visual effects, but Urban was actually driving the boat and driving it at really high speeds. Jack Quaid said he did not have a lot of fun. He was sitting in the front, and they get a lot. You'll see in the clip they get a lot of air. But there's also I don't want to spoil it before we watch the clip, but there is a giant thing that the boat is heading towards, and we found out that they actually built it. So when what they drive towards and crash into, in some degree they actually did. It's a giant physical, it's nuts, man. They spare no expense on this show. It's one of the reasons I love it so much. And now, since I've teased it, let's not waste any more time, man. We're gonna toss it back to the past C-Man, who even earlier than now this morning was up checking out this panel as he was kind of going through emails and stuff, and watch this clip. So let's throw it back to the past C-Man for this exclusive The Boys Season 2 clip. Take it away, past C-Man! Thanks, future C-Man. Yes, it is early. I have not showered, But we're not going to waste any time. Let's dive right into what should be an absolutely insane clip from Season 2 of The Boys.
Come on! Brakes external! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! No! There! Head for the storm drain!
Oh no! Uh-oh! Oh god! Oh god! Oh no! It's like Moby Dick! Oh, the deep! Oh no! Butcher, what are you gonna do? Butcher's gonna drive right through him. Watch him do it. I wonder if this is the first time
Butcher!
we see the deep.
What are you doing?
Oh no! The deep is, what are you doing? Oh god, there's gonna be so much blood. Oh god! Oh no! Oh, September 4th, I cannot wait for you. That was absolutely insane. They said it in the panel. They were like, we're about to watch maybe the most insane thing we've seen anybody do in the show, and they've done some insane things. I think Aisha Tyler said it's the most insane thing that has happened since Huey's girlfriend was exploded by the A train. And I got to agree. That was nuts. Like, it's one of those, one, it was cool to just see, like, they're being chased by dolphins. Like, the deep is using those Aquaman type powers, you know, to communicate with the sea life. Like, obviously he's coming, and you're waiting for that big reveal of, you know, the clip was titled The Whale. You're waiting for that big reveal of the whale, and boom, he shows up, and you're like, oh man, what a cool entrance. And he looks so happy, but immediately, like, we know this show, we know the boys, we know the way Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg think and how these things work, man. And sure enough, Butcher just right through that. That was nuts. So there you go, man. That is a little teaser clip of what to expect coming, you know, in September with The Boys Season 2. I thought that was absolutely insane, and I just cannot wait. So let's throw it back to the future Seaman to wrap up this video on this clip from Season 2 of The Boys. Take it away, future Seaman. Thank you, past Seaman. I told you it was a crazy clip, man. Like, Aisha Tyler, you know, referenced the fact that it's like the craziest thing I think they've done since, you know, we blew up Huey's girlfriend in the first episode, and just all the blood. And that was one of the things Jack Quaid was really pumped about. He's like, yeah, remember everybody made fun of me about all the blood I was constantly covered in season 1? He's like, no one's making those comments this year because everybody understands about all the blood. And the fact that they built that whale for them to drive through. Now, obviously, there are CGI elements in there, you know, because Carl Urban was really driving that boat. You don't want anyone to get hurt, things of that nature. But, I mean, from what it sounds like, Urban in the panel said, like, they end up inside the whale, and we see them end up inside the whale in the clip. And, like, Jesse T. Usher was like, dude, it was crazy, man. Like, the tail moved and the mouth opened. I was like, I can't believe they built this prosthetic whale to put on this beach for this sequence. That's where the boys will go, man. The lengths at which the boys will take things to appease their audience, man. And it was a really welcome surprise to get a clip because we had just gotten the trailer about a week or so ago. So I wasn't really expecting anything. It was why I was on my back burner yesterday. And then I wake up this morning, I start watching, I'm like, oh, they showed exclusive footage. And, you know, as far as the rest of the panel concerns, you know, like I said, Aisha Tyler just kind of went one by one down the line, and everybody's got interesting things coming up for season 2. I mean, you got Butcher, who's having to deal with the fact that he kind of broke off from the boys, so how do you get back in their good graces after leaving the way he did last year? And then also dealing with the fact that Homelander didn't kill his wife, she's alive, and she's had Homelander's son. So I can't wait to see where you know, Butcher goes that route. But the other thing Carl Urban said was cool was that, like, he gets to kind of have different team ups this year. He'll spend some time, I think he said, with Starlight. So like the idea of Butcher and any soup working together, even if they see eye to eye, is an interesting concept. So I look forward to that. Obviously, Starlight is gonna have some, you know, fallout from the end of last season with Huey, who, you know, lied a lot And Jack Quaid was like, yeah, that's not going to work out too well for him. But that relationship obviously will be front and center once again this season. So I'll be interested to see how they bring that back in and how they try to like work on that relationship amongst all the crazy stuff that'll be going on in the course of the season. Jesse T. Usher, who also threw down with Starlight, is going to have to deal with being back on the 7 with Starlight. He's had a heart attack, and he said his character is in a really interesting place. Like, season 1, he aimed all his personal pain and problems at Huey. This season, he can't say who, but he's got another person that he is aiming his problems at. Just continuing on in the character in a way where he's like, it just finds it so fascinating playing him because he can't ever take any kind of responsibility for the things that are going wrong in his life. And that addiction to V and how that'll play out, all things I'm super interested in. Obviously, we have the boys. They're still together, with Jack Quaid. You have Laz Alonso playing Mother's Milk. Seems like he's going to kind of try to take over leadership while Butcher is gone, but that might cause some friction amongst the group in general. Like, his viewpoints and standpoints might be a little bit different. So I'm really interested to see where we're going there. Tomer Capone and Karen Fukuhara obviously will be back as Frenchie and the girl, also known as Kimiko. And that relationship will be on display, and it'll be different. It'll change. Obviously, the way Frenchie took care of Kimiko in season 1, not necessarily something Kimiko wants, and we're going to get to maybe find out why she doesn't talk really at all. So I'm fascinated to dive back into that relationship, one of the ones I love, just watching their interactions, and now to see that relationship also kind of change will be really, really cool. And then, of course, who can forget Chance Crawford, the star of that clip? Well, I guess Butcher might be. Well, yeah, no. I mean, the Deep is bringing the whales, right? He'll be back as the Deep. He said what's cool is, like, obviously he's going through a rough time, shaved his head after trying to deal with all the stuff he's dealing with, and goes back, to the Midwest and an aquarium, just to try to get his head on straight. So I think his character will be super interesting because you can tell he had regret and remorse to some degree of all the stuff that happened to him, whether it was real or if it was brought on in the fact that he lost, the 7, the thing that he needs the most. That character is going to be really interesting. And just as far as that clip goes, man, like the facial expression he has on his face when he pops up and is like, haha, I brought this whale, and the whale actually shoots water out of his blowhole behind him, like that was wonderful. And then to watch his face change as he realizes that Butcher's not slowing down with the boat, I'm pumped for Chance Crawford, right? Like, he was an easy villain in season 1 because of how he treated Starlight, and he was the focus of the Me Too story element. So I'm interested to see what he's got going on this year and where his character goes. And finally, Aya Cash, man. We get to bring in a brand new character, Stormfront. I'm really interested in her character. Again, they didn't really give too much away in the panel, but certainly something I'm excited about. So there you go, man. Those are all my thoughts on The Boys Season 2 panel. So glad they're back for Season 3 already. That was a nice little surprise seeing Seth and Evan pop in. I'm just pumped to see where the show goes, and even though we couldn't get a trailer because we got that like last week, we got an exclusive clip that was absolutely outrageous and certainly has me pumped for Season 2 of The Boys. Now I want to know what you're thinking, man. Are you a fan of the show? Have you read the comic? Have you been to any of the panels at Comic-Con? What is it about the show that you like or most interested in, and what are you looking forward to going into Season 2? As always, I'll stick the link to the panel down below, and that's it, man. So if you enjoyed this Comic-Con video, please thumbs up, and if you're new, you want to hang out as we go through all of Comic-Con at home, show a little love for the scene, man, you can do that by jumping over there. Hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want the alerts, and until our next Comic-Con thing to talk about, I am the Seaman, and I am signing off, baby. Peace! Well, you guys are still here? You must be looking for some more content. Well, don't worry, Seaman's got you covered, man. You got videos like this guy and this guy. And if you haven't yet, and you want to come check out all the Seaman goodies, join the Cinema Sitdown Squad, man. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell down below that, too, so you can get alerts every time I make new videos.